everyone, welcome to my channel. It is the Fluff Life and it is your girl Angel. How you doing? We are here to do a product review on my $1 billion brow pencil that I received in my BoxyCharm this month for the month of January. There you go. If you are looking forward to this review, please stand by and we'll be right back with that review. Hi everyone. Okay, are you ready for this review? Because I am. Okay, so what I tend to do before I do my brows, I always do my brows before I do my makeup, and then I do my makeup, because I don't know, I just do. It just depends on my mood, actually, I should say. I don't always do this, but I do this sometimes. I kind of just go through my brows with my spoolie, even though this, how's the spoolie? Let's check the spoolie out, okay? Ooh, actually, that feels pretty nice. Okay, that feels pretty firm. I like a firm spoolie. I really don't like a soft one. I have a few of them that are like that, but I want to do my go-to spoolie, which is, this is my Sonia Kashuk one, and I really love this one for my brows, and I just kind of comb through them, even though they're not ever tangled or anything. I just like the feel of this brush better. Okay, so that's there. They're combed up. I also like to, we're going to keep that near me. I also like to kind of prime my eyelids a little bit, not heavily, but just a little bit. So let's see here. I need to find an eye primer. I know I have one in here. I have a few of them, so we'll just find one that works. And the reason why I like to use an eye primer is because, here's a BH Cosmetic one. I feel like the pencil stays on a little bit longer. It gives it a little bit tackiness to hold. So I'm just going to use a little bit of this. I'm not going to use a lot. I just use like very sparingly, and I just spread it out on my finger like that. And I just kind of go through my brows with it, just lightly. Because I just want my brow pencil to stick to me. I don't want it to be come off. My brows tend to get, I don't know why, but my brows do tend to get a little bit on the oily side for some reason. So I have a little bit here. I just like to prime them a tad bit just so they can have something to grab onto a little bit. Okay, so there. That's pretty much primed. And again, this is just a BH Cosmetic primer. And I'm just going to comb through my brows a little bit again. And because my brows are pretty much, they are set in their spots. And there's not like there's very much. Okay, so this is actually the $1 billion brow pencil that I received in my BoxyCharm this month. And it's a universal color, so it's supposed to go with any skin tone. And that's the shade that we're looking at. So let's see how this works. Let's see how it goes. Alright, alrighty. I usually tend to use a pencil that's a lot thinner than this, so I'm hoping that this gives me what I'm looking for. I kind of do an outline of my brow first, and then fill in. It feels very, at this point right now, what I'm feeling is very smooth. It's not a skipping or anything. It's a very smooth pencil. Again, my pencils that I tend to use are a lot thinner than this, so this is going to be a little tricky for me. I'm going to just fill in my brows now. Kind of work from the bottom up, usually. This isn't working for me as far as the tail end of it. It's just going too thick. More thicker than what I have to. Because then that means I have to use concealer afterwards. I tend not to use a lot of concealer for my cleanup. But when I have to deal with like a chunky brow pencil like this one, which it's not really that chunky, but for my preference, I'm used to using something like, let's see, where's my pencil? Like this comparable thin pencil, you know, it's super, oh, my pencil died. It's something more like this, which is a lot smaller than this one. As you could tell, it's just so much, it's just not the same diameter. So this is really, I think if you have more brows than me, this is something you'd probably gravitate towards, because you can just use. And I'm going to go in. You can't get very, I could tell now, for me, I can't get very many strokes in. This is going to be a little too, I feel that the formula is a little bit on the creamier side. Really it is, and that's just my thing. I don't really, and there we go. The formula feels very creamy to me, so it's not giving me strokes like I like I could usually get with my my Maybelline brow pencil. This one is just, I don't know. I don't think this is going to be a pencil that it's going to be a go-to. I either use the Brow Precise Micro Control Pencil. Again, very small. Or the original Maybelline Define a Brow. These are very micro fine pencils. Again, another NYX Micro Fine Pencil. I prefer the micro fines because I get brush strokes. This is a little on the creamier side. And it's just, it's not my cup of tea for a brow pencil. I mean, this is something I'd probably reach for when I'm going out the door and I just want to have a full look. But as you can see, this is not really my typical brow, and because of how creamy it is, it just like when the minute I put it into, I comb it out, it feathers actually really nicely, which is good because then I can get a nice ombre look up at the front, which is something I do like, but I lose all the definition in which I use in my brows. So that means I just have to go back in at the back and then just fill it in. Again, the formula is very creamy and it's nice. It works nice and easy. There's no tugging or nothing. But for me, when I use my brow pencils that I tend to use, the micro pencils type styles, this is, I'm losing the color, I'm losing the definition, I'm losing the line, and that means that I am going to have to go back in with the concealer and clean it up. I usually tend not to do that. Very rarely do I go back in with the concealer and clean up. I just kind of do my makeup and then go and flow. So I'm going to have to actually use a little bit of concealer just so I can get some shape in there and make my brow look the way I actually like my brow to look. And let's see here. La la la. I think I need to buy a new concealer. I've had this one for a hot minute. Okay, there we go. And then I'm just gonna I have to go in here and clean up, which is something I really don't like to do. So I just gotta go in there and clean up and make the proper. Again, if you have a fuller brow, this is something that you can totally use, especially for the sparse areas. But if you're like me, starting from the ground up when it comes to brows, I prefer a more micro fine pencil so I can get those brush strokes in and then make, and I totally love a sharp point brow at the tip. That's a preference. So I just feel that this is just not something that I would go for. And sure, here we go. I have to clean up there a little bit, but that's not too bad. Overall, my views on this are just, it's not a bad pencil. It's just not really a pencil that I can use for myself. I think it's a great pencil because it's very creamy. It gives you a very full looking brow, as you can see here. But I like and prefer a pencil that's going to give me micro fine hairs. This is not going to do that for you. If you're looking for strokes, this isn't going to give you strokes. This is going to give you shading and filling in. That's what I think. That's what I feel like. I get great shading and great filling in. But if you're looking for stroke hairs, which is what I tend to go for in a brow pencil, it's not going to give you the best of shape if you have no shape already. Because I don't have I have to build my shape out. This isn't very fine. It's very thick, and the pencil is just like it loses its point. So you're basically using a brow pencil that's not really going to give you that that stroke feeling that you probably are looking for. But unless you're looking, like again, if you're looking for something that's going to fill in those brows and that's it, and define them a little bit, then that's fine. But if you're looking for a pencil that's going to, that you could have control of being able to have the shape, then this is not it. I feel like unless you have really thick full brows already and you're just wanting, like I said, to fill in, then maybe. But at this point, I'm not hating it, but I'm not in love with it. I probably will use this, like I said, just to go out the door type of brow. I'm in a hurry. It's not a bad brow pencil, but I do find it to be a little on the creamy side, a little too creamy for my taste personally. But overall, it does blend out nice. But like I said, as you can see, as I just started using it right here, I start to lose my shape the minute I start using the spoolie to comb the product through my brows. It's just, and I'm losing the product as I brush through my brows too. I'm having to go back in and reapply to get the color saturation that I desire. But beyond that, I think it's a decent pencil. Is it worth the 18 bucks I think it was? My preferable ones? No. I could pay like half that price for a NYX one, a CoverGirl, or a Maybelline pencil and get a better cut of brow that I would prefer more. And have to do less. When I have to do all of this, I try to avoid doing as many steps as possible when it comes to my brows. So the fact that I have to go in and do all this, literally cut them out, I really don't like to have to. If I could get it done with just my precise brow, then I'm going to do that. This just to me makes me have to do extra steps that I don't want to do. I'm a lazy makeup person. I admit that. If I have to not have to do extra stuff, I'm going to do them. But if I have to, then I'm like, then I don't really want to turn to that product, because I want to be able to get my makeup done, get it over with, and move on to the next thing, which is going out and doing the thing that I normally do. And there we go. But yeah, and as you can see, I would have to totally go on top and reshape too, because I can see all the little fuzzies up in here where the product was lost and stuff. So that means I would have to go in with concealer on top and reshape, and I don't like doing all that, you know. Okay, so is it worth this money? If you have a full brow already and you're just going in for it for filler, I think this is the product for you. If you're like me who barely has any brows and you're looking for brush stroke type brows, then this is not the product for you. I think you need to reevaluate and try to find a better brow pencil that's going to work for you. I'm going to have to do a lot of shaping up here that I dread doing. Like, honestly, I just don't like to do that. But it's creamy. It's got a nice creamy formula. I would recommend actually doing an eye primer because, like I said, the product moves, and I don't like that it moves. So anyway, that being said, I hope you enjoyed this review. Please feel free to leave your comments down below. Don't forget to subscribe and thumbs up. It really does help me out. It also helps me let me know what videos you are looking forward to watching. If there is a product that you see me show anywhere on my channel, please feel free to leave a comment down below and asking me if you would like for me to do a review on that product, or if you would like to see me use that product. This was a request video from Miss, I think her name is Hopkins? Miss Hopkins? If I said your name wrong, I'll make sure to leave it scrolled somewhere across here and letting you know that she had requested this video. And if you request a video, I too will leave your name scrolled across my YouTube channel here, letting everybody know that you were the one who requested this channel. All right, thank you so much for subscribing. Again, thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this review on the $1 Billion Brow Pencil. Thank you for watching, and talk to you later. Bye!